I'll start these. Share this in the chat over there.
Try to be my honorary Midwestern.
See if that actually works.
Sorry.
See if I can hear me talking. I can, and I do. Okay. Okay. So not recorded, but streamed to my YouTube for the people in this chat, basically to watch if they want. You can get a sneak peek into what I'm doing. But actually what's happening is at the very beginning of every session, we start on a dark black screen. As the camera fades away, fades back to an old TV screen somewhere in the wasteland that slowly blinks to life, and a commercial comes on. A group of friends are seen sitting in a park enjoying what looks like autumn weather. They're sipping on ice-cold bottles of Nuka-Cola. An announcer pops in saying, "Look for a refreshing drink to quench your thirst this fall. Look no further than Nuka-Cola's newest regional flavor, Nuka Blueberry. Made exclusively for the Atlanta area, this limited edition flavor is the perfect way to celebrate the changing leaves and cooling temperatures." The camera pans to close up a bottle of the Nuka Blueberry with the label front with a vibrant blue color along the center with the signature Nuka-Cola logo in red in the center. Nuka Blueberry combines the classic taste of Nuka-Cola with the sweet, juicy flavor of fresh blueberries. It's a perfect drink for a day out with friends or to enjoy while watching the game. And with its crisp, refreshing taste, you won't be able to resist taking just one more sip. The camera shows a group of friends laughing and having a good time with the beautiful autumn foliage in the background. So why wait? Grab a bottle of Nuka Blueberry today and enjoy the taste of fall in every sip. Available now, exclusive in the Atlanta area. Nuka-Cola, the perfect drink for every season. Screen kind of wavers a little bit. Long ka-chunk as it goes out. And a large metal hand picks up the TV and shoves it out of the way as a giant metal foot stomps where the TV was sitting before. And then the camera fades back in for the view I'm looking at now of 4 humans and a robot huddled up in the Red Rocket gas station / coolant station. What was their garage around a campfire that they have made. And the game is unpaused. So, what are we doing?
What time is it? Is it we're just waking up then? Like
It's like 5:02.
Morning. Good morning, partners. Time to get back on the road.
Okay. I just
Shouldn't you start
Caleb's
paying
just
for
gonna-
breakfast?
breakfast. No, we don't get breakfast. We ate yesterday. Caleb's gonna get up, dust himself off. Well, looks like I better go. He slaps his knee. We got a lot of trekking to do still. I think we pretty much cleared out what was very left of this place.
Searches resulted in no further resources being found. Time to head out.
Jordan stands up using the power armor loader to like help him fully extend his back up. You know what I mean? Like he's crawling up and he goes, "Oh, I'm very sorry, young lady, but I don't know what breakfast is." And I'm gonna look at her like super serious.
You've never had breakfast?
I am the world's first celebrity chef in 100 years, and I've never heard of that concept.
What do you call your meal in the morning?
What meal in the morning?
Analysis. Breakfasts have been mostly eliminated in the past 200 years as a result of dwindling food supplies.
But that's the
No,
most
we're
important
just
meal of the
kidding
day.
around, young lady. Of course we're going to sit down and have breakfast. We're just not going to do it in character because we only have to use one ration or meal a day. But yeah, of course we're gonna sit down and have some of this porridge we have left over from last night. It's some of the leftover instant mashed potatoes from last night that I made into a gravy. I set aside some for this morning. Yes, nothing like room temperature mashed potatoes covered with a cloth until morning.
Looks pretty good to me.
Right.
Oh, my back hurts.
Yeah. Caleb is essentially going to just, I guess, go start to head outside and kind of peer out, see the morning, check the weather as best as he can for nuclear fallout.
I mean, this is the world you've grown up in.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be another irradiated day.
It's a little brisk, but that's, early part of the year.
A lot more humid here somehow.
A lot more trees. I mean, none of them around you are alive, but they're still standing. That's new.
Yep. All right. Anybody remember? Say, what was the city we're going to? I completely forgot since the last time. It feels like it's been a week.
Mind, we were headed towards the nearby road and settlement down south. But yeah, we were going to the road first.
I got a folder for this.
Weren't we going to the loop?
Yeah, so we are pretty much, I think, we're near the loop. We just need to get onto it to go down to the nearest city, south.
Yeah, I'd open up my notes, but half of the functions on my computer are completely locked, so I can't actually navigate to my folder with my notes in it.
Perfect.
But I wrote down the name of the town, so Michael just says the name of the town that we're going to, just outside the loop.
North Cumberland here.
Yep.
Yep, North Cumberland. That's where
It's
we're
pretty
headed.
much, yeah. We pretty much got to right before
We're basically halfway there. We just
the
gotta hit the
intersection of the
highway.
loop. Yeah.
Time to hit the
Really?
trails, partner.
Yeah, easy trail over there, so.
Okay.
Did our luck reset?
Yes.
Cool.
But unfortunately, so does your AP.
Okay. I mean, it's at 0, so.
I think we used it all last time, so it's all good.
Yeah.
You had a couple bits bumped, but... Okay, Sarah. So, are you guys doing anything else here, or are you moving on?
I think we're moving on, are we not? Because
I
we
think so.
pretty much cleared out what we could here.
All right.
Yeah, we searched an already very well-searched place.
This
All right.
well-placed tactical map that wasn't here before.
I've been sitting on it forever, so I finally just said, since you're actually bunking down there instead of just immediately leaving, I'll actually throw it up for this time. So you can see it. Then I realized
enough.
it'd be dark when you're in it, so you can't see it. Haha.
Buck will float out first since he doesn't have to pack up or ready himself, really.
As soon as
Well-
you step out.
Oh, there's Betsy.
Nice. Well, let's do this thing. Who was it that assisted me with the roll last time?
I believe it was Mr. Handy.
What's
I can also assist, but
Mr. Handy? You want to do this thing?
since we're instead of doing endurance for the survival, we're doing perception, which I'm mediocre at.
Oh, shit.
Yep, let me get
I'll
back
do
to
the
that page.
assist roll first then.
Anybody needing anything carried for them?
I don't have that
As
much
I have
stuff
plenty
yet.
of carry weight, and so does Betsy, I imagine.
I don't imagine they have
Betsy's
enough
probably-
yet to fill them up. 'Cause everyone's
My emergency
weight
ration
starts at
probably.
150, so...
I don't think we've really found anything yet.
No, not yet.
I'm carrying a bag full of toasters, but that only gets me up to like 37 pounds.
And you can put those on Betsy. But then again, someone might want to trade for those if Betsy's weight. Who knows?
Oh, here we go. Where's the tab?
I'm wanting you all to trust Betsy, and then I'm going to make Betsy run off. But then I
Oh,
said that
there
out
we go.
loud. So, all right.
There's our
so we
four
got
successes for navigating.
That is exactly what you need for a known direction without any known landmarks to you. So,
Fair enough.
let's see. That puts you exactly on par. So, let me double check my rules here that I was given. Complications, navigate, times more, minimum desired course. Okay, so you don't have any extra AP. One thing that is in the rules, and I also gleefully encourage, is you can give me AP to function as an AP, but that also means I can use 2 AP against you in the future, basically, instead of 1. But I don't think that makes any sense on this because you're trying to get somewhere, so you're not going to be trying to stop to rest. Road signs is an option, but it costs 2, and you can't do 2. So, yeah. So none of the other rolls and AP spending here counts. Let's see, how long did I originally math this out? About 4 more miles left. That was...
We were trying to get to here, right?
Yeah. Let me just double check my math. That's rough terrain. So
It's
4.5.
yeah, the square to curves does not work out well.
4.
So it looks like a total of 6 miles
So
to
If
get
you
to
cut
the.
it, or if
So
you
it
have
takes
to go,
so the trip takes you about 6 hours in total.
fun.
Mainly, it's you're not getting lost or anything. You're heading in the right. Well, as far as you know, you're heading the right direction. And as you get closer to this region, you start to round like a little bit of a knob, like where you note that 280, this 75, the old 75 is starting to dip down in what was probably a small valley. And as you're getting to the crest of that, you note that there's an overpass over this road you're on now, down in the bottom of this little bit of a dip of a valley. It's not deep enough to really hide much other than right in the bottom. But as you've come up to that point, you note what they call the loop, what anybody that's local calls the loop, but for the rest of you, it's another road. It's overpassing it. That looks like it's been rebuilt a little bit. There's actually like ramshackle walls built up to the sides, kind of to just make sure you can't see what's going on that road. And Cumberland City, as it used to be pre-war, starts to kind of develop right about the point you were at, where it's like they're starting to see not skyscrapers but big office buildings kind of poking up out past the overgrowth and some of the debris. And you do see a big sign that covers the point where the road starts to dip down to where a car would have had to actually start going downwards. Is a big sign that has spray paint on it saying Cumberland Mall or Cumberland City. Points to the right, which points to an old on-ramp that's partially destroyed, so it looks like vehicles could never go back up this, but people in Brahman probably can. And then it has a sign below it hanging that's just literally written in what looks like paint, just saying checkpoint, and it points downward, like assuming it means to keep going straight. So which way do you wish to go?
We're headed to North Cumberland.
Okay. That's
At least that's where I'm leading us, unless somebody wants to go through the checkpoint.
Yep, no, that sounds good.
All right. So
Logically speaking, the checkpoint sounds like a trap, so yeah, that sounds like a wise idea.
all right. It's perfectly normal for you to think that, because everything would if you're carrying cargo. As you get up that ramp a little bit, you see another like archway like thing made out of junk metal put together that's got an old world sign that says Cumberland on it. Obviously it doesn't belong in this place because it looks like it's like concrete lettering that's not made out of concrete like the metal. and everything around it is junk. But it's up there. It's above the head, and there's a couple people milling in and out the gate. You can tell as you go in, it's a little bit of a ramshackle-ish town that's in order. It's got, like, obviously, like, there's a place where a lot of people are congregating, coming out with food and drink. There's a couple of people that are obviously, like, setting up the food stalls where you can just buy, like, raw food. And then there's a big board, like, directly in path between you and any of the buildings. It's this big notice-like board from, like a church board that has, like, posted letters, and there's all manners of posted things on there. As you've gotten closer, a gentleman wearing, unironically, a Stetson hat that's about had its time, but it's, what is it going to do? He walks up a little close. He kind of intercepts you in a way. He's not walking towards you. He's literally just getting between you and the town, and he puts his hand up, waiting for you to get closer, but he's not saying anything to you.
Caleb will walk up and gently and carefully and extend out a hand for a handshake. And is like, "Hi there, I'm Caleb Bo Jackson, and these are my people here. I'm a trader that goes around parts."
Caleb.
Yes.
He looks.
What's your name, stranger?
He tilts his head. Well, around here they call me Sheriff Ramson, but you can call me John. What brings you here? Are you here for trading? Because normally you guys keep going south now.
Sorry, you said your name was Sheriff John Ramson?
I did.
Pleased to meet you, sir. Pleased to meet you. I don't suppose you have any local work for a celebrity chef? Jordan Rumsey's the name.
He quirks an eyebrow. No, I can't say
Okay,
a celerity
I'll just go stand over
chef is
here
not
then.
needed, but I mean, there's always work on the board, so you can check that when I'm done.
Have I been here before?
Who is asking that to me? The robot or Michael Whitney? I can't remember.
Well, yeah.
Michael Whitney.
Michael Whitney.
Michael Whitney. I'm getting you. I'm still learning you. The last time you came through here, this was just a commune of farmers. And none of this was here. There was nothing here, really.
It's like, has it been long enough since I've been here? This guy probably wasn't born yet type long ago?
No, it's just, this was in works type of thing. Like somebody was like, that would be a good idea back then. But then they were all like, yeah, but tomorrow I gotta eat, so I gotta work. And somewhere between then and now, someone has came in with the gumption to create instead of just let everybody farm and hand to mouth.
Okay.
Sounds like a launch scenario, but that's fine. I was like, Caleb will just kind of, I guess, put away his hand because I guess he didn't get a handshake. It's fine. Just judging the guy a little bit internally.
Mm-hmm.
And dusts himself off to make him look proper. His nice, fancy clothes, because he probably would have switched out real quick before they got there.
Get naked on the side of the road.
Yeah. Essentially, me and my comrades, we kind of ended up in this area. Well, minus one guy who lives around here. He just ended up in the same area that the rest of us did.
Yep.
And
he's not subtly looking around
just...
you while you talk to check your friends as you talk. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just talked to Mr. Jordan Rumsey, celebrity chef. Great work. Does
yes. Did
work.
You need me for something there, Caleb?
Not yet. Working on it.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Handy Buck, our man with the plan.
Wonderful to meet you, partner.
Yep.
Same.
Mr. Michael Whitney, which is a local to not necessarily this area, but the area in general. ATL.
I'm from Gillum.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a while. Nice to see some from down there still around. I haven't heard from them in a while since the loot got actually solidified.
Yeah. Like to travel around, make sure folks don't think we're all dead yet.
Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Heard good things. Heard good things. I think my dad was really fond of them.
We try. We try to be fair. Uh, any special rules we ought to know here? It's been a while since I've been here.
Well, we don't have any really fancy rules. I mean, we're not a huge town yet, so we don't really have a lot of what they used to call the HOAs or something like that. I think it was something my grandfather used to complain about. But main one, don't cause no trouble. There won't be no trouble. If you need work done, just come and ask my wife at the office, and she'll put up a post for you. If you see a post and you want it, and you want to do it, take it. If you don't think you can do it, leave it. But once you do it, come see my wife at the office, and she'll hook you up with the rewards, usually caps. Now, don't be expecting, like, I'm going to make 1 billion caps or whatever high number I can think of right now, because this is still a farm town outside of here. This is really come to dust off and feel like humans again. No offense, and he points at the robot. And he does take a look at the ghoul, and he like realizes he did include him by accident. Didn't mean that.
He prefers
Buck's his own person.
Post-apocalyptic
necrotic post-human.
Look.
Post-human necrotic.
Yeah. All that's fine. As long as he's not growling, we're cool here. We ain't got no time to worry about that, except for the ones that growl and bite. And he looks like he's walking around like a normal person. He's good to go. Now, if he starts trouble, they'll be less likely not to shoot him anywhere but here. But here, I get to do all the shooting, and I pretty much have a full carte blanche to do what I want, because I'm it. I'm the top now. The other guy died. So just be cool, as the old voice was saying, and we'll be cool. Anyway, so and he puts his hand out, and he's like, welcome to Cumberland area. If you got any questions, I'm your man.
So all the jobs are vetted by your wife, then? So we know they're all legit.
Well, she collects the pre-agreed upon payment, which is usually capped. Sometimes it may be like, oh, I need my well dug back out. Here's some food, and then she'll just basically take the food, and we'll eat it, and we'll just give the cap's worth to you then. Because honestly, we don't know how long some of these take. Because there's one on the board that's been like for a month, and we're all getting pretty thirsty for that one to be done. Because, well, it's literally the water supply. But, you know, we're farmers mostly, and I'm the only one with a gun that's willing to shoot people. Everyone else is really skittish about shooting people. I use
like that note to make sure we don't just try and raid them.
Oh, man. Clemens had a problem with... was it the roaches things? Was it roaches or was it scorpions? I don't remember. It was a big thing, and he kept laughing. He shot it between the eyes until he walked into town one day with it. It was still alive. He just dragged it into town.
Roaches
asshole.
and scorpions is a very serious thing, sir. I hope you know.
Oh yeah. He caught it.
Caleb will take his hand and shake it, giving a very nice firm.
He's like, the old coot caught the thing alive, which really pissed me off because he brought it here and just let it go. Asshole. We haven't found that thing since. So if you see it, kill it.
I will keep good note of it. Caleb takes mental notes, like, how are these people alive at this juncture? And
as there's a lull in the conversation, you hear this deep rumbling sound to the south slightly that just just over and over.
Does anyone else hear a deep rumbling sound?
And then it just kind of fades off into the distance.
Hypothesis. That was the hypothesis. Raiders mentioned with access to working vehicles in the distance.
Oh, we're Mad Maxing this. Interesting. Well, I guess we can maybe not readily engage, but maybe poke out and peer, see what's going on. obviously there might be a problem later for us as we need to not stay in this town for very long.
Accessing records. We were told of raiders that enjoyed using the loop to simply ride around in circles, as was said.
That sounds
They
like
are
a
the
huge
local
waste of gas.
authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Should we go look out, investigate, or leave it be and hope not to run into it?
Suggestion.
Don't worry.
We look through town and the notice board first.
You'll get your chance to see the hot rodders if we go through the checkpoint. I suppose we gotta explain a little something to you here, Grace. Gotta explain caps. I don't know if you had to give anybody anything in order to receive things in your vault, but here everything's on caps.
The question to the DM: did we have caps in the vault?
You did not. That has been
Right,
a thing since the world went to crap. For some reason, the most plentiful thing people found that everyone could identify and relate to was caps. It made everyone feel good about their purchases, and it was a limited resource for how abundant it actually is.
Fair enough.
Uh-oh.
Did you do money in your vault?
No.
Okay. Did you exchange things for other things in the vault at all?
Work?
Okay, I could work with that. So here, if you want food, you have to exchange something in order to get the food. But instead of work, you can give them caps. To get caps, you'll probably have to do work some other time.
Well, that's just convoluted.
Yeah, sometimes you're just thirsty and you don't want to have to work for it on the spot. You want, you can work earlier and sort of cash in on that later. You use the value of your work later.
Okay.
The board he was talking about, those are things people want done, and you'll get caps for doing it, so you can use those caps to get the stuff you need to survive.
Sounds a bit dumb, but that's alright.
Well, whether it's dumb or not, that's how you'll feed yourself.
Alright.
I'm gonna go take a look at the board if you want to come with me.
Sure.
All right.
Buck will join.
For notation purposes, in this town is 3 different vendors set up. One of them is currently closed, but it says above her door Kim's Corner. The other stall / little hut says Weapon Merchant. Literally, that's all it says. It's just Weapon Merchant. And the third one says Wear, WEAR, and Protection.
Interesting.
They should be visible for the merchants themselves in the Actors tab under Merchants. They should be visible now.
Cumberland Merchants. There we go.
Yep, North
Kim's Corner. That sounds like a place I need to go to offload some drugs. What the hell, Randy?
That
Unfortunately,
one's
Kim's
closed,
Corner
isn't it?
is closed. She does not have...
Son of a gun. Okay. They gotta find that NPC, apparently.
I think this one... I
Where's
think
the
the weapons
fine
is
Lacey?
open. Okay. So before you go on to a little shopping spree, let me warn you, or inform you, their prices are set higher than base and lower than base to buy. So they sell high and they buy low. You can barter to start to zero them back in, but it's an imposed check, just like we did before. They'll still want to haggle with you.
Okay. Well, I guess, is anybody needing or wanting anything?
But you can
No,
definitely
probably want to get some
browse.
caps first.
Just make sure. Let me know if they're
I-
both open, because I'm pretty sure they're both open.
Okay, I closed one. I was looking at the wear and protection for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do have a fair amount of caps that I'm willing to loan for payment back later. As we are all dependent on each other for survival, I am willing to not worry about the interest later.
Outside of the normal rules for this, I'm also, for ease for both of our brains, when you're here at this location, you only have to do it once per merchant. That way,
Okay.
you don't have to, like, you buy something and I'm having to undo the little sliders and then put them back, and then no, that's just stupid and pain in the butt. So if you're the face and you're making the roll for everyone for your visit here today.
Fair enough. Quick question. I'm guessing if it's already a price of 1 cap, it can't go any lower than that
To buy or sell?
to buy.
Um,
For us to purchase from them.
oh, let me see, because that doesn't sound right at all.
Well, I assume it would be done in bulk but that.
Yeah, 'cause that-
Concurrently, I'm eyeing the 38
'Cause that-
rounds for 1 cap each.
Yeah, I'm curious about why that's doing that, because the price of that item is 30. Hold on. Let me check. Let me see here. I might be talking about the wrong thing.
38 rounds, the bullets.
Yeah, the rounds, not the.
Oh, yes, those are 1 cap apiece.
Okay.
So is there, can he barter buying more for a little discount?
That's what I'm saying.
He can
That's the
barter.
question.
He can barter with her to lower her overall overhead cost from 120% back down towards 0, depending on how well he does against her, and that's for the entire visit for you guys today to this merchant. And it universally applies all the items in her store, her options. She's just lowering prices because it's set on a combination of things. By default, it's a certain number, plus the more negative of reputation you have here, the more that number would go up or down, vice versa. Like if you were superheroes to these folks right now, you'd be book price, but they don't know you, so it's their standard percentage of plus, and then you're bartering to unnaturally, quotation marks, lower that back down.
I remember somebody was interested in boxing gloves.
I am interested in boxing.
She sells
gloves.
boxing gloves.
I do see that. Trust me, I'm eyeing it already.
The only thing Michael would mention offhand is if you could get some 38 rounds on the cheap that you'd be willing to share,
So,
he'd be willing to pay for his portion of it after you negotiate it.
Yeah, because I've got a. No, I don't have a pipe. I have a pipe gun that I'm not using at the moment because I kind of suck at it. That's besides the fact. I thought I had a pipe wrench or something, but I don't. I just got knuckles in these hands. So I guess I'll go ahead and make the barter roll and see what I can do as far as that goes.
Okay, so like I said, that'll be an opposed check against hers.
I can't wait to embarrass myself with this.
No.
Though I get a couple free rerolls.
Well, you get 2 successes. Oh. She got 3.
Son of a gun. Okay. Well, I guess could I technically still reroll? See if I can get the crit.
If you've got a free reroll on this, yeah, you can still try. Like if you get a 1, you'll get 3, and then you'll tie, which actually won't help you much. Never mind. There's no point. Unless you can reroll
so
both.
I guess. Okay.
Because you need to beat her by at least 1.
If I failed this badly, does it hurt me at all?
Supposed to, but I don't feel that's worth it because you've already the failure itself is the problem. You want something for cheaper, you're not getting it. I'm not, like, if you double complicated that, then probably you would never be allowed to buy from her again.
No, if that happens, I deserve it, but I get at least 1 free reroll after that.
Yeah.
I'm
But
guessing
she just kind of looks at you like, "Oh, sugar, you're a little green in town for that. You know, I can't. If I lowered it for you, I got to lower it for everybody off the bat. Come on, you know, I'm selling it the best I can. I got to make a profit."
I guess I'm burning both the formal hat and formal clothing rerolls here, so why not? Well, we got.
No, you tied her.
No. At least we're in good terms.
Mm-hmm. She's smiling. She seems amused.
Okay, well. So I think I primarily will probably buy the 38 rounds that she has at the moment.
Okay. Should be able to just push purchase. It'll ask you quantity,
Yeah.
and then it should immediately take it from your sheet and apply them to your sheet. If it does not, let me know. It means
Yep, I got it. I do want boxing gloves, but I'm going to worry about that later when we start doing modifications and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I can lead line them.
I think I can. I think I'll start being able to do that at level 4. I think I'm slated to be able to do that.
I'm not concerned. I think the only thing boxing gloves gives me is I can stun up until then. Because they're the same damage as Knuckles is. Just, I guess it's a less deadly option. And I guess that's it for me as far as what we're needing at the moment while we're currently working with scraps.
Okay. Anybody else? Because, like I said, anybody can try to barter with her, and it works for everyone. But your current face, as far as out-of-game rules would be calling him, did not do well.
I did okay.
I mean, you rolled good. She just did too, and I can't do anything even close to that, so I'm not gonna bother.
I'll come back later.
I asked Caleb to do some bartering for me, so I'm not gonna jump in.
Okay. And you still got the other merchant if you want. The wear and protection guy is also available. You can do a separate roll for him if you want, but his stuff is naturally going to be more expensive because it's pretty much one-time buys, and 100 years later someone will sell him piece back, so its turnover is pretty slow.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because you're looking at like
It's just so expensive.
Yeah.
The best thing in there is 247 caps, and the most best one is 864 caps right now. Those are pretty darn
at
good,
the moment,
but they're expensive.
At the moment, I only have 43 caps, so I guess I'm just going to leave that be for now.
Okay.
What does a harness do, actually?
All right.
It's
So
clothing.
we time warp back over to those who are going to look at the board.
Yep.
There's a couple of them. There's one that's literally says, new family wants home. Help us clean it out. 10 caps. There's another one. It says, there's varmints too big for me to clear out. Once it kind of stops there. Then there's a little line that's written by a different hand that just says, looks like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not roaches, but I'm blanking on the name of the rat creatures.
The mole rats?
Mole rats. There we go. Thank you. It's been too long. Yeah, it looks like whoever wrote the second part to this note thinks they're mole rats. Same thing, 10 caps. Then there's one for 100 caps. That's the biggest thing. It's the biggest part of the note is literally the 100 caps is written very large to try to get your attention. Get the water back online. And
that's all it says is get it back online.
See the sheriff. See the sheriff's station.
Okay.
Well,
and what's
partners,
the-
if we both want caps and to improve our reputation, the water sounds good.
Yeah, Buck, you want to go? You want to come with me to the sheriff's office? See if that's something we can fix.
Sounds like a plan, partner. I'll happily join you.
Yeah. When we regroup back, Caleb's going to give 10 rounds to Mr. Whitney. Like, you're going to need these more than I do.
You give me 10 rounds, and I'll give you 10 caps.
Absolutely. This is a fair deal. I can give you more if you want. If you're tight on caps, I understand.
Let me see what I can do with these first. If I
Alright,
start to
we'll keep
run
that in
low
mind.
again, we'll talk.
You did pretty
just
good. You did pretty good earlier, so I'm just going to assume that you'd be fine with them. But if you don't feel comfortable quite taking them as a loan per se,
I try not to borrow if I can help it.
Okay.
well, it's kind of hard to borrow bullets. You kind of use them up and can't give them back.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Well, since you guys are staying in this general area, I am going to pull up. I think this map, is this map ready? No, you're not actually close enough for this. Never mind. Sorry. Continue.
So I guess I'll take the 100 cap notice off the board, and I will go head towards the sheriff's office with Buck.
All right.
Yeah. So we're also dragging our celebrity chef along with us, unless he's going off somewhere.
Everybody's going along with everybody unless.
I thought everyone's coming along. Why wouldn't I come along?
All right.
Of course, partner. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you don't need to drag me there.
So, the sheriff's office is ramshackle building like everything else overall. There's a very Mayberry, if anyone is old enough to remember that show's sheriff's office look about it. But there's the desk for the front door, and the cells are literally like catty-cornered to each other where you can see the cells from the front door and so forth. Cells look like the only well-built thing. Looks like someone just took 2 big animal cages and set the building around it to make cells for the sheriff's office. Currently, there is somebody in one. You can smell the alcohol from the door, so you're pretty sure you know why they're there. And the other one's standing wide open. And there's getting to the where she could be considered an old lady, but of course she's a wastelander, so she looks rougher than she should. Anyway, is a lady sitting behind the desk, and she kind of peeks up. She goes, "Oh, cool! I haven't seen one of you guys in years. Come in." And she starts to get up, and she's like, "Can I get you something?" You next, well, water.
Who is she saying this to?
All of you. She's like bustling now. She's excited to have company. She has that nervous energy of someone who is very bored and wants you to be happy to be here.
Caleb will.
I appreciate your hospitality, Miss Ransom. I'd love a drink of water.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you've met my husband, of course, he freaking stalks the front gate like a. I tell him that's a little too intimidating if we want to welcome people here, but who listens to me? And she, hold on, and she goes get some. They're not purified water, but they're sealed, not dirty water.
Constant vigilance is good practice.
Let's say they are
Greetings,
purified
madam.
water, but they're not the official boiled, pre-sealed machine water. So she's just setting out water they've made locally. He's like,
that's no problem for me, and I'll give her a wink.
He chuckles. It's still polite. Anyway,
I actually.
what brings you guys
actually
in? And lady,
I actually had a question.
Go ahead.
We saw something on the board, and we want to figure out whether or not it's something we can help with, because we'd like to. And I put down the flyer for the 100 cap job.
Oh, you were the second person to come in here for that. Most everybody assumes that we're offering that many caps. It's bad. It sort of is. We kind of need that water, or then more of this water comes out. But what was his name? Paul K. Something with a K at the end. He lives somewhere across the big 75 over there, all by himself like a weirdo. But he usually comes over and fixes stuff. And he sent his bot to help us out, like per the agreement. The sheriff will send a posse over there every so often to make sure he's not dead, clear out any buggers that showed up in his house, because he's just one guy. He's surrounded by bots, but he's just one guy. So anyway, side story. He sent his bot over, and it's been about a week, and the water's not working, and the last posse went to find him, couldn't find him. So we're hoping someone could go check on his bot and turn the water back on, or at least see if he's there and save him, and then we'll come up with another plan.
Well, I think Buck and I are both we're good fixers.
Oh.
We'd like to take a look and see if we can do it. And if we can get the water turned on, we can look for the bot too.
Okay. Well, what I'd like then, if you could you out, and she pulls out She's like pulls out like a hand-drawn map of just this town. She's like, it's a little bit up here, and she circles a point that's obviously there's nothing there on the map itself, but she's like guessing the distance away. She's like, it's somewhere up in this region. It's pretty obvious when you get there. It's a big building. It has a old world government sign, has some old crappy fence around it, and it says water recoil or something. It's a big word. I don't know that big word. It's something water recoil. It's an R. It's an R word. It's big. It's written on the building. Probably going to have some like old machines outside. You'll know it. Trust me. You'll know it. It's pretty easy to find once you're past the farms. But yeah, if you get in there, if the robot's still there, bring him here or her. It's hard to tell pronouns with a bot because they can switch whenever they're reprogrammed. That poor thing. That boy keeps tinkering. But yeah, just bring back the bot so we can confirm either he's not there and also not dead, and the bot's... Well, we don't care at the stage. The bot doesn't belong to us. We just want to use the bot as a way to be like, haha, you went there and didn't lie to us. Not that I don't believe you will, but we're out in the wasteland. You better safe than sorry.
Oh, I understand. Is there anything that we'd have to say to this bot to make sure that he cooperates with us, or is he just super friendly, listen to random instructions?
Oh, I honestly don't know, to be honest. It just kind of, it had 3 of the claws, so it didn't have any of the real dangerous parts. He had like done some body work on it, so he may have put something in there, but I mean, other than thumping you should be able to knock it down pretty good. I mean, you've got your own Mr. Handy with you, so maybe he could, I'm your cousin type of talk down. I really don't know. I don't know bots.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I just assume they're people and just let someone else worry about that. It seems to work.
Well, it shouldn't be an issue. Was it the bot is the one that's missing, or is there a person that owns the bot that's missing?
Well, it's the person that's missing, right?
Well, a person may be missing, but we don't know if he went to retrieve the bot. Or we just don't know. He's a hermit, so we don't know where he went in the first place. So he could have just went to do something on his own and wasn't there when they sent the posse, because it's a bunch of farmers. They don't like to wander off too far from the places we know. And he also is really weird.
When you say it's a hermit, you mean it's like the flighty kind that will shoot if you come within a certain distance?
Well, not him. He's what is the word? He's just a weirdo. He's just weird. He's really into bots. He's got bots. He's got big ones. He's got small ones.
He's eccentric.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
I pull everyone aside from the person we're talking to and I say, now look, let's be really clear here. The guy is absolutely missing, all right? It's my recollection that they said that they sent a posse to find this Paul K and nobody found them. Therefore, ipso facto, they're missing. Everything else has been gobbledygook to me. I mean, I'm just completely stuck on the fact that this guy's missing, and the person telling us about it is like, maybe they're not missing. No, they're absolutely missing. Are they dead? Now that is the real question. I think before we do anything working for crazy people, we absolutely need to make clear whether we're looking for the person or the robot, because if we do the wrong one and we come back with evidence of it, then they're going to be like, no, what I actually...
Confirmation. Our job is not related to the robot or person. The robot is simply extra insurance. There is no relation to our job in requiring the robot.
What? Then I'm so confused. What's our job?
Restoring access to clean water for the settlement.
Doesn't it feel like it'd be easier to do that if we found the guy who normally does it?
I'm sure between Buck and I, we can figure out if it's fixable.
All right. Okay. Well, I misunderstood what the job was.
I think they would also appreciate if we can find the guy, which, I mean, we could do. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, but if they're not paying us to do it, I mean,
I'm sure we can work out an agreement with the people here to up our repertoire with. So that way we may be able to barter a bit better.
Assertion.
I wonder,
Rescued people are usually generous with rewards.
say maybe you could work a little magic here, Caleb, and then, you know, if we do find the guy, maybe you can work something to rescue him from him too.
I'm not a therapist, but I get what you're meaning.
You don't get paid twice for the same thing.
Yes, I mean, if we save the guy, obviously it might be nice for these people here, because it sounds like he's the main one that helps maintain the water source, so it'd be good to get him back regardless.
I mean, they're gonna have an interest in getting the bot, him, or both, because when it breaks after we're done, sometime down the road,
Yes.
that's who they'd ask to fix it.
So, obviously, the main thing is being able to fix it, but we would also like to find this guy. Whether we stick together for that, or maybe split up to maybe search one area for one guy, and then you guys work on the other thing.
I mean, it gives some of you a way to earn some of these caps. Otherwise, it's going to be Buck and I fixing this thing, and you guys are going to get paid to do what?
Kill mole rats, maybe. I don't know. That's the only other thing on the board, right?
I thought we were in this together.
We are. I just didn't know if we want to maybe split up to cover more ground for easier time.
I just feel like this conversation has gotten very hostile.
Has it?
Well, I mean, all of a sudden now, it's what are you guys gonna do for me?
I mean, not for me.
We're all
Assuasion.
For the job.
Ooh,
The
it's
effort,
spicy.
Assuasion. The emphasis was simply on making certain everyone had something to do. A well-maintained ranch is one where everyone is participating.
I mean, yes,
Okay,
you
then.
would say that.
Yeah, that's
Well, I
not
guess,
me
let's
sipping.
change-
That's the lady sitting there watching you with glee in her eyes. 'Cause
I
she's like, she's
specifically
hearing
said that I
everything.
pulled them aside for this conversation.
Yes, there's no. You didn't say outside.
Are you saying that you're not respecting the dad huddle?
She's smiling really wide and just watching you. She's so happy.
Wow,
Those people.
the disrespect in this town is real.
All right. Well, Buck, we've got a direction. We've got a description. If we're all going, then once we get an idea of what we need to do to get it running, the rest of you can see if you can find signs of that bot or the hermit.
All right.
All right.
I did find a proper map for this particular situation.
I guess maybe we should make sure nothing is there camping at the water source. Then we can split up. If
I'm
we
good
wish.
Let's just go together.
I don't really like splitting up.
All
Well, we gotta
guess,
get-
missing
We
Conrad.
gotta
What?
get there first. And he looks right at Grace. And we'll getting there first is together.
All right.
I guess it's time to see if we can find this place.
Yeah, that pretty much that's the next step. Then we got to find Guy.
You want to make your assist roll, Buck? See if we can find this place.
All right.
Now this one's going to be more of a gut feeling, and I'll give you no direction because she did kind of say, "Here's town. Here's where it should be."
Would I know any? I'm trying to think, because I have been here before,
Mm-hmm.
and I've probably been here a couple of times, and as we keep rolling the clock back, would I be familiar with like a water treatment facility or anything like that in the area that might be able to give me a bit of an advantage on like what I might be looking for in the area?
You
Or
know,
at least be familiar with the structure and like what kind of like where kind
Well,
of places it
you're
was built?
familiar with the type of structure. There's several dotted around the outer edges of the city because Atlanta itself didn't treat most of its water downtown. It pumped it out and then back in because that's the most ostentatious thing you could do, right? That's how the pre-war was there's common sense and then there's that makes me look cool. And they did a lot of the make it look cool. And so there are several pump stations that were around Atlanta in the outskirts near where the loop was, and one was near where you grew up. And it's a pretty obvious building. They're not very big, but they're like really wide, really flat, and just say the words water reclamation on the top, as they were pre-rinsing stations. And then it was far separate from them was actual like pools of water that was used to let off the gas, any of the bad gases made from the processes. But here in the towns, they would have just the facility that was making sure all that pumping and filtering happened. So,
Would that familiarity help knock the difficulty down one, as it's easier for me to find like landmarks for the property?
you know what? Yeah, let's give you a small landmark. So that'll make it a 3 base difficulty instead to get to this place.
Let's do this, Buck.
All right. Survival perception still?
Or if you want to go with gut feeling, luck plus survival.
Nope.
No one wants to take me on my offer.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
looks
we're
like
gonna
you
we're
wanna
gonna
luck
spend
that?
a luck here.
You might want to look that.
What are you guys doing? I'm the one supposed to roll bad here, okay?
No. We all share that here. Different game.
Infringing on his
We're
copyright.
out of Savage Worlds. You don't have to roll badly.
God.
Suddenly.
So you are not successful on your first navigation test. That means the next one will be more difficult, and I will be rolling blindly on the bad things may be happening table. Question for you all. Are you assuming overwatches as you move around to negate some of the bad things that happen to you? I'm nodding yes, and I hope you are too.
Yeah.
I hope somebody is, because I'm probably busy fucking up this navigation.
I'm probably not. I'm sorry.
I'll do it.
That's
I'm
one.
brave.
Okay, that's one. This is not in the system, but in the system it doesn't give you anything but for the first 2 people to do. So I'm like, well, if people want to volunteer to not be able to do anything else but guard themselves and guard their friends, I will give you a blind. I won't tell you what it is, but I will tell you I did it. Reroll on the random table. So if I roll a giant monster is appearing and you've got people on Overwatch, that means you have a chance to not get that guy showing up. Because that's bad.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
So we got 1. Do we have 2? That's the max. Going once. Going twice.
Gordon?
Nope.
Maybe.
Okay. That wasn't a bad thing. Alright. So you are lost slightly. You're about over here. You realize that it's one long road here. You've made your way through this area here, this in-between spots, which were torn down buildings. A lot of it pushed towards town over time. Like people have actively like pushing it away from up here. And literally up in that direction, you can see like staked areas that people have made farms, and of just any broken building has just been slowly pushed away to make room for them to just grow stuff in the dirt there. But you can obviously see this road is one long road, so the next roll will still be at a difficulty of 4, but there's no way you're going to get truly lost here. You just may run across something weird when you roll now instead. But the first thing that happens is called Walking Wounded. As you've come across where you are, there's a pair of gentlemen. One's kneeled down on the ground next to another one. As the guy's got like this big backpack on his back, the one that's crouched down in front of him, and he's jabbing the guy in the hip with a stim pack.
That's wasted.
The guy getting medicated is gasping. Oh, thanks, Doc. That damn scorpion. He pops up, he eats my chicken, and he just leaves again. Every week. Okay, the first guy just laughs and he's like, I told you, stop playing in the pen. You and them together, he shows up every time. You gotta shoot the thing. Stop playing with it. And that's what you walk up on. Are you guys do anything, or are you gonna keep walking?
Could
Hello,
be a
partners.
trap.
I would say it's okay.
Buck's going to hail. Hello, partners. What do you happen to
Okay,
know
so we're doing
where water treatment is?
The doc shrugs his shoulders, looks at the other guy. He's like, oh, the Reclo place? That's up the road. Why? Oh, oh, snap. You guys here to fix it? Because that would be really great. It's getting a little parched. You know, beer's
we
good, but beers are old. You know, fresh water. I'm really sold.
We'd like to try.
They nod. Both of them kind of nod. And the doc goes, all right. Well, do you guys need any supplies? I got some chems I could sell you. It ain't gonna be
By
cheap,
chance
obviously,
have
because it's how I
any,
make my livelihood. But
Do you by chance have any? What am I looking for? Radaway? Yes, Radaway.
ran away. He kind of pulls off his backpack, starts running around. Looks like that is a little rich for my taste. That's a little on the high
Okay.
end. I gotta buy my own
just thought I'd
supplies.
check.
You know, we could take a shot at getting you some waters faster if you could give us some specific directions.
The guy nods and he points up the road. That way. I mean,
Beautiful.
you go that way and you trip over it. Practically trip over it.
When you say practically trip over, you mean it's like a kind of bunker where we need to go underground? Like we trip over the door, or
Nope. You're thinking too hard. Let's not pull a Jake here. No, Jake thinks too hard. It's my brother. Okay. So you go, and he like literally turns his body and steps out in the center of the road. You go this way, and every so often, you just want to look to your right like this. And he turns his head real slow. And if you see the words water, reclip, whatever, you got there. If you go past that and you see the sign for Vim Water Park, you're gone too far and you're outside of town. You're almost to Rowan's Grove.
That's the kind of directions we're looking for. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. Caleb says his hands. I'm Caleb Bo Jackson, by the way. These are my
I'm Dale.
comrades here.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good
Dale.
luck in the area.
Yep, we might
If the
see you
ground
soon here in a
rumbles,
second, okay.
if the ground rumbles, don't stand there. That's bad. It's a rad
is that
scorpion
a-
or mole
Okay, I was
rat.
going to say, is it this quote unquote theoretical mole rats, or is it the rat scorpion? But it sounds like it's the rat.
Mole rats are real, and the rad scorpion is just a jackass. But yeah,
I see. Would you be interested in the venom of that if we by chance run into it and take care of it?
no, just wanted to stop eating my
Okay,
chickens.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, sorry, I thought I was talking to the doctor, but you know what? Thank you. He had to shake his hand again real hard, and just that whole, like,
Yeah.
over-exaggerated.
Over exaggerated. Yep,
You've
pleasure to
been
meet you.
very helpful as far as directions. Nobody else has.
Well, I mean, there's only one
Is
way to
everybody else good to
go,
go?
and they probably all told you to go that way.
Sure.
To him, it feels good because he's from here. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Why don't you?
We're not from here, obviously.
Obviously, it's so weird. You should just know. This is what it was like for me as a kid to get directions from family. I should just know, right?
No, this is very familiar.
Wow.
It's part of the popular tree.
See-
Don't you know what a popular tree is?
Seems like you've got somebody to watch out for. Won't take up any more of your time.
They both nod, and I assume you guys continue on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael
their
doesn't want to stick
directions.
around here. He's wary.
Yep. Give me those two.
Oh, let's try again. We've got specific instructions this time.
Yep, I will give you back to 3 because you did actually haggle again to make sure he's pantomimed it out for you. So you're back to 3 again. So, oh, look at that. Just don't double crit fail and you still succeed. Well, either way, you still succeed, but crit failing is still very bad. Okay. So
we got 2
go
AP
ahead
then?
and take you 2 AP. Or you can spend that on the roll to make this uneventful for 2. Or no, for uneventful 1, you get to roll a 1DC and determine if random encounters occur that may be ignored. Basically, like you would preemptively ignore one of the 2 I'd roll. Discovery, you can find something a little bit off your path that may be valuable or useful to you. I just determine which. Or guidance, you find an old road sign or similar along your path that will make the next time you make this type of test less difficult in the future.
So if we find something useful or interesting, we still succeeded. We'll still make it
Yes,
there,
that's
right?
just, it puts another thing in your path that you may want to stop at. You don't have to, but it puts it there. And then from now on, I have to keep track of where that is. That's a punishing myself thing.
Do we want to see if we can find more free shit lying on the ground?
Yeah. Building to loot on our way there or back.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so spend those 2
let's see if we
AP.
find some cool, useful shit.
And someone
Yep.
give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me a D6. Someone.
Not me.
I'll go
Apparently
ahead.
I'm shit at rolling in this game too.
All right, that's a 4
Take it.
out of the types of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What is an example of this? Wasn't expecting that one. I've never pulled that one up. So let me get to a table here. This is savaging locations. Hospitals. Okay. So, off to the side of the road is a ambulance. That looks in pretty okay condition. The doors are closed, so that's possibly a good sign.
Okay.
Let me see if I have a token for a... I don't have a token for an ambulance just this moment, I don't think, but let me... Wow, that's a big... Oh, because it's not a normal token for this type of map. 1. So where are we at? Where did I go? Okay. So this is oversized still, but that's to mark where it is, because otherwise if I made it the right size, I couldn't see it. So there's a pickup sitting on the side of the road here. The token, that is not a pickup, it is an ambulance once I find the right picture. So
Is this
many
to mark the dock that we found?
Yep.
Excellent.
Construction vehicles.
I don't know what happened prior after I had to go leave.
Oh, that's fine. They rolled well enough to get what they were looking for, and now they're trying to
I
get where
see
they're
it.
going.
Okay.
Cool. Since the doors are closed, I'd like to walk up to it and just sort of like knock on the back door to see if I hear any growling from inside.
Any growling, you say?
In case anybody got stuck in there and sort
You
of
do not.
lost their mind and want to eat anybody. Okay.
Good idea, though, but you do not.
Let's leave this bitch.
All right. What do? Do you try to open the door?
I'll open the door.
It's locked.
Hey, Mr. Buck, can you do your magic? If
Yes,
you
I
can't do your
will
magic,
attempt
I'll
to
do my
open the-
magic.
I will attempt to open the door. One side, please. And I'll head up and I assume it's just lock pick or is this a rope mechanic? Alright. Difficulty?
I'm gonna say 1. It's just door lock. So you succeed.
There you go.
So now you've got the door open, you can get into the vehicle. This is considered a small location with a total of max of 12 items. So let me go ahead and create the scavenge location and give you the deets. So I said small.
Find a trap explosive.
Yeah, it's
and,
possible.
I'll die.
It's always possible. It's medical. It has been, I'm not going to say it's untouched because someone locked it behind them at one point, but it is partially searched, which is almost practically a brand new location. I'll create that. So here's the categories you can spend AP on to get more items that from the random tables here. You can spend up to 2 AP on clothing, 1 on beverage, 4 on chems, 1 on oddities, and 4 on junk. What you're guaranteed to pull from this table is 3 different types of chems and 3 junk items.
Nice.
I think the only thing that we're concerned about at the moment is probably beverage. I don't think we have the ability to get anything else other than that. Or we could just let it lie and save up the AP and then take what we get.
One thing I will let you do is if you want to spend 2 luck, you can get one of these 2 up by 1. So you can get pretend to spend 1 AP on something. But it will burn luck, which won't be available once you get to the water reclamation place. So it's
I am
mixed
good on
bag.
that.
Mixed
I'd
match.
rather just let it
Well,
lie.
how does our luck work again? Is it equal to our luck stat?
It's equal to your luck stat unless you've got the 1 Wastelander perk that's gifted, I think, which makes it 1 lower, just always. But it replenishes at the beginning of the next big scene, which is right now won't be until after you rest again, basically. Unless you end the
a
day
quick
before
side
you
note.
go in the water reclamation plant, then you would have your AP,
Yeah.
stuff back.
Quick side note, Caleb's going to switch back out of the fine clothes and go into typical wasteland gear.
You find a convenient phone booth.
Essentially, he doesn't really find a convenient spot. He just kind of goes behind Betsy and just changes there.
No.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of holding on to that AP in case we want to, in case this is a fixed roll type thing at the water plant.
Would you guys like me to spend some luck,
It's up to you.
or would you like to leave it?
I think we're fine with leaving it for now.
Because I have a fair amount of luck.
That's on you. What do you
I
want?
mean,
If you want something bad enough, you probably can get it.
I'm just asking. I'm putting it out there.
The more
I
Kim
mean, we
stuff
could
sounds
do
good, but I think that was
Chems-
for like 4.
Chems are great for selling when using, but there's also the amusement of the really fun stuff on the oddity table.
Yeah. How much was it for the oddity table?
Just
there's-
1
there's
if
one-
you spend AP. Or 2 luck.
Yeah, we can do a max of 1 roll on oddity.
So if you'd like, I can use my luck. It's just up to you guys. If you
Sure.
want something rolled or not.
I'd say go ahead.
Sure.
Okie dokie. I will spend 2 luck then.
Alright.
Let me mark how much luck I have left so I don't forget.
Alright. Anybody else? Are we good?
Nope. I think that's good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Celebrity chef, you sure you don't want some beverages?
Well, I'm not sure. That's kind of a no, just to be
Okay.
clear, because it got silent.
Alright. This works for me. So, what you find is a bottle of Buff Out, a healing salve, which is kind of a rub-on, hand lotion-y thing versus a stim pack. It still does the same idea. Rub it on, you get some hit points back. And 1 diluted Radaway. You can tell that this thing was this was used as a mobile, or not a mobile, but a temporary home for somebody, and they had made they diluted down the Radaway to make it last longer, and whatever happened, they didn't come back for the last bit because it makes I think 2 to 1 or something like that.
I need that, but I won't waste it yet.
And you find 27 toasters.
Yeah.
What do we get in our oddity?
And the oddities, you find a holotape that has the little read-write tab that you know very well because you have a Pip-Boy. Most of the ones you messed with and played with when you were younger didn't have the read-write tab, broke off, but this one does.
Alright, can I just pick it up and play it?
I would say yes, but I don't have what's on it yet.
Okay, I pick it up and put it in my backpack for a later day because that's not her first instinct then.
Okay.
I would like to stuff 27 toasters in my backpack.
You do have Betsy. But go right ahead.
I'd
Because it's
say,
just
yeah.
junk. You just put your junk up by 27 or more. But they do have weight.
Yep.
They take longer to break than they do to find, to be honest. It's actually kind of funny. You can find millions of them in a day, and then it takes you a year to tear them apart.
I'll take them since I don't. I'll take some at least since I don't need to sleep.
I'm trying to find the items to bring in. So we got buff out, diluted right away, and I can't remember what the other thing was.
Yeah, unfortunately,
salve. I
this
put it in the- I
one
put it in
thing
the
doesn't
chat.
let me put it in the chat box like I'd like.
I typed it up and put it in the chat so that we can see it.
Okay, appreciate that.
I think diluted right away takes away 2 rad instead of just 4.
I
like
think
typical.
one of the things I'm going to do literally right now is I'm going to change Betsy into a item merchant type of thing, so that way you can use her properly. She's going to be a container.
Gotta say, make her container.
Poor
we can
Betsy.
just load stuff in. That's what she's here for. Okay.
She's still got her
She's
character
sworn to
sheet.
carry
She's still
your
a character,
burdens.
but when you initially interact with her sheet, it'll pull up the inventory system instead, and you'll see
I'll add the
headbutt because
healings.
she has the ability to headbutt you. So that's sitting there. So don't take that. Otherwise, she'll be defenseless.
I'll-
said Betsy is not going to be seeing combat. I'll guarantee you that.
This buff
You
out.
say that.
I will give my life for Betsy.
She would give hers for food,
That's, yeah.
and then follow you wherever you go. She's loyal. She's just not stupid.
Buff out does 1d20 on all strength. You can reroll a d20 on all strength and endurance tests, and plus
Yep.
3 max health.
I'll grab the healing salve since I can do some medic on humans.
Excellent, Maya. Yeah, and
Yeah, I think honestly, with everything that's there, I'm happy with hoarding toasters. The buff out doesn't really help me,
it might help me. That's about it.
and the other 2 items would be better used on other people at least.
I guess I'll pocket the buff out in case I'm not.
There you go.
It will be nice. No, put the buff out in the.
There you go.
We'll put
You
the
should be
buff
able
out
to
in
drag
the
those
Betsy
onto
container.
whoever's sheet is taking them. I'm still getting used to that way of doing the salvage stuff. Mine was a lot worse and a lot harder to use, but it did print out to the chat.
Yeah, yeah, just put the buff out and right away into the Betsy pocket, essentially.
Into the Betsy.
This lady can store 500 pounds of junk. Patting her on the rump and she kicks you. Brr.
I don't want to get kicked by a Brahmin. That
Ow.
sounds painful.
Stop it.
I guess if that's the ambulance, then we finished our way to our destination.
Yeah, it didn't stop you from continuing forward. It was just you stopped yourself. But you do find your way, and as you come up here, get about to here to what this little parking lot is. It looks like it was an employee parking lot. There's a couple of not wrecked, but semi broken down, damaged cars. There's a couple of them that have parts already strapped off of them. You can tell someone was tearing them apart because there's like a door here or there that's laid down nicely, but then the rest of the car is kind of gutted. Big sign that says water reclamation over the top. And as you stand there and you get that sense of, oh, we made it, a nurse handybot starts floating by, like just right in front of the building, from literally the left to right of the building, dragging 4 leashes behind her with what looks like skeletons in it of, you hope they're dogs, and it's just humming, going, let's go to the park, my babies, we're going today, walkies for my baby, and she just keeps going. That was my
Mike
other
just
encounter.
looks at this.
What was the
Mike
other
just-
encounter?
That
The
the truck was the other thing.
medic. So I think Mike just looks at that and then looks at the others and says,
What's that?
let's not.
Assessment.
Did you miss what he said?
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I missed it.
It's a nurse handybot dragging four skeletons of what looks like dogs behind her,
Singing, a
singing
song.
"Let's go to the park."
Let's go to the park,
I've got
my
so many
babies.
questions I want to ask you.
Time for walkies, walkies. And she sounds very cheerful. But, man.
let's just-
Assessment.
Hold on, before we run away from this, I just want to point out that, we have a handy, and he probably will need repairs and refueling at some point, and there's really only one place to get fresh spare parts for that kind of thing.
Jordan, you have convinced me. I'm going to walk over, and I start walking over.
He just looks over
She
at
just
Grace.
is continuing to cross the parking lot, singing to her
Wow, okay.
dogs.
Hey, Michael just looks at Grace and says, this right here, not a great idea.
Hi, miss.
She swirls
I
around
am.
her one good eye. Kind of does that iris look at you. Oh, hello, sir. Good afternoon. Isn't it a wonderful May day?
It is indeed a wonderful May day. I am Caleb Jabot Jackson. Nice to meet you. I don't extend out my hand to shake it.
I wouldn't if I could. I'm busy. I've got to walk the dogs. Master says every day at this time. It is 12:24, right? Right? Oh God, is it 12:24?
It is.
I don't have my calendar pulled up, so I don't know.
Oh, well, that's I'm sorry, miss.
It's 12:24.
Oh, good. Well, that's still working. And she just turns and starts to fly away. Time to go on for walkies. Did you say
It is
anything?
too innocent to destroy.
Give me a survival
Okay, I guess
notice
that's it
check
then,
because
huh?
you walked up to her.
What is it?
Survival. Because that's the best thing we have for notice. Perception, survival.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. But I accept these terms. It sounds like I need to invest in perception.
Okay.
Got one.
You notice
Or you could just succeed.
that one of those is a dog. The other was obviously a mole rat. So she's added to her collection occasionally.
Interesting. Huh. That brings a horrifying thought to brain. Okay. Well,
Well, Buck, let's go see what the damage looks like.
Agreed. And we'll head towards the actual building of our objective,
All right.
leaving whatever that freak show is behind.
Whatever that was, moving on. So yeah, it's a big building as far as, government buildings of this nature, or really it's more wide than it is tall. Of course, it's very flat. But it does definitely say water reclamation with the A fell off, so you can kind of understand why people might have a problem with the name, but it's, to you that know how to read really well, it's pretty obvious what it says. So let me pull up the map. It's been a long time since this map's been used. 3 years now. So hold on to your boots. Make sure it works. Okay. Actually, I forgot to ask something. There's 2 entrances. There is a door and there's an elevator. Which do you want to try?
Like a front door?
There's an obvious stairs going down, and then there's a door called elevator. Which do you want to try? Before you
I'll try
come
the
down?
elevator.
All right.
Does the building look like it has power?
Yeah. Some of the signage has got like the blinky light behind it, but you're not sure if it's emergency power or it's just they're old, because they are old. Let me find the player character tokens.
Well, if Caleb is just sort of headed straight to the elevator, I don't want to go in a different way. I guess I'm going down the elevator with him.
If there's one enemy you face from walking all the time, it's stairs.
All right. So whoever is wanting to push that button, the door does open. It dings, and you hear this.
That's a lovely sound.
It stays like that for a minute, and the door finally pops open with a ka-ting.
I think Caleb gingerly puts one foot into it and kind of like pushes down a little bit to test the weights of it a little bit.
You know, Caleb, if I'm stuck in this box for 100 years, I'm going to be really mad at you.
But you're probably going to eat me by that time.
You'll deserve it.
That's all you hear.
I'm not denying that fact.
It doesn't move. Nothing moves. You just hear that groaning metal sound.
That's probably fine.
I'll get on the elevator with Caleb.
Okay. Is everybody else getting on?
I guess so.
All right.
I'll also get on the elevator.
Betsy tries to come on. She's like pushing her head in, trying to get in there.
No,
Caleb's
girl,
in there.
I'm sorry. There's a weight limit, and you far exceed it. I'd try to put you on that diet, but you didn't
You
like it.
think she looks offended for a moment, but she just headbutts you. Both heads headbutt you this time. Like,
ow. Now that's rude. You know that. Look over there. There's some nice kind of green grass over there for you.
You get the idea that one
Well,
head
actually-
is looking and one eye is glaring at you, and then she slowly does turn away. I won't make you roll for that. It is your cow.
Okay.
Buck will state, notice, standing inside enclosed spaces with open flames is inadvisable for human residents. I will take the stairs.
You could just park.
Shh. Don't bring logic into this.
Come on, Buck. Just come on in and just park. It'll be all good.
All right, partner. And he'll just float in and just kind of clunk to the ground awkwardly.
Maybe
Oh, you know,
more gentle.
I'll reach out with one hand and sort of like stabilize his chassis so he stays mostly upright to make it easier for him to get back up when he turns his jet back on.
All right. You're all in the elevator. The elevator of doom. Push the button or get out.
I push a button to go down.
All right. Door closes again with a tink.
Is that a ting after going down, or did you
No,
just
after
ting
door
as
closing.
it closed?
Then it
Okay.
goes, and then it starts moving.
Oh,
You
okay,
get that-
it's all good now.
You get that shaky, everything's shaking as it catches. You can feel the thing kind of hitching every so often, but it stops, goes a little further, stops, goes a little further. And it goes, and the ding sounds, a real ding from the systems sounds, and the door does not open.
Okay. Well.
What kind of roll would it be to try to get the door open?
I was gonna
Anything with
essentially try
repair.
to- Oh,
Okay.
we repair. Okay, I was just gonna brute force it, but that,
I
that's
have
fair.
repair.
Even with
I
brute
also
force, you'd
have
be
repair.
repairing, because you'd have to make sure you don't break the door and the
Are
wall
you-
with it, because it
are-
is old.
Are you really good at repair, Grace?
I believe I am.
Okay, I'll roll assist for you then.
Okie dokie.
I do have. What does this do? I do have a multi-tool, so I am reducing the difficulty by 1.
Okay. So
and
you're
I
like
will
working on
roll
the
my-
panel while she works at the door itself, trying to get the electronics to let the door open, and while she's trying to like trick the door into opening. Like, come on, do your job. You do a very good job.
So do I just roll my repair like normal?
Mm-hmm. Just roll whatever, I assume intent repair, since you're not trying to brute force it.
Ah.
Oh, you got the right amount of successes either way. So, you fiddle with it for a moment, and you realize that he's like freed the electronics up, and therefore all you had to do was trigger the lock mechanism with basically like a little bobby pin, just enough to make it wiggle and realize the door should be open. So everything pops open. And, right as you, like, put your little bobby pin or whatever item you're using to trick that thing, it just bing, and shoo, door slams open, and you're like, ta-da!
Nice.
And then I put you on the
Are
map.
we like awkwardly between floors?
No, you're on a floor.
Oh, okay. It did make it fully to the one floor. Got it.
Okay, we're on the map now.
Give me a second. See, we got Caleb, we're in Jordan. One,
Now
two,
the
three,
hilarious
four.
part is that the elevator entrance and exit
should be
was
here.
the booby trapped area.
Now the
Yeah, there's more air down here, so I think it's time to fire up your jet.
And he'll, restart his jet and float out.
Well, I would say I lead, but I can't see. So
You I want to look for light switches.
Oh, I guess that's a fair point. Yeah.
How do I like turn my flashlight around? Or my little
you
light
hold
around?
shift on your character and roll your mouse wheel, and you'll rotate.
Okay.
That's me
There you
doing that. But that's light from your Pip-Boy. You can turn on your light, and it will pop out a greenish glow in a 90-degree cone for 3 squares. By book definition, it's a single zone next to you, but we don't do zones, so I put it for 3 squares, which is short range. If you bought a more powerful type of lantern, it would just go for a longer distance.
Well, they didn't have
Oh,
that
yeah.
at the shop. Well, no, they had flares. I knew I should have bought a flare.
Flares do
So
have.
yeah,
Have a
I
go.
want to look for light switches.
You don't see
I
any
will hold
here.
my
This was
Pip-Boy
obviously not a normal entrance for the regular person. So there's no switches or nothing like that you see so far. There are some recessed. Let me double check my settings here. See, this area should be slightly lit up. It literally has a light in here. Let me look through your eyes. Okay, so yeah, that area is lit up. So that area has a light source on this wall.
Correction. I do have a lantern. I have 2 actually.
You have a lantern?
I have 2.
Alright, so I'll give you your character token. I'll have to remember to do this to your entire character sheet later, but you have light.
I apologize. I guess I just now looked and I do have a lantern.
Alright, I'll set
I think
you
it was
up.
part of my random stuff to sell.
That's one of the reasons I said that'd be good. It will be a
I
torch
do in
light.
fact lead the front. Oh boy, I am glowing.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
That's fine.
It's not precise when I say glow versus blow up my vision.
That's probably accurate.
Color intensity, there we go. There you go. So if you want, you can share the lantern with somebody else, but otherwise you do have your light source, and Grace has hers. I kind of want Buck to have one too, but he actually just has 3 eyes and they don't glow.
Oh, I can hand Buck a lantern.
Okay.
Because if there's someone that can be just attached a lantern real quick without being hindered in some way, it'd be Buck.
Alright, sounds good to me. I'll set him up as well.
I'll subtract myself 1 lantern temporarily, I suppose.
I also assume I technically am giving off sunlight, but it's probably not as good as a lantern.
Yeah, it would be literally inside your own square. Alright, did I set
Those
your
are 15
missions
caps
right?
each. That's a hefty thing. Okay. Don't lose these.
There you go. There you go. You should be good.
Well, I guess I'll walk in the middle, so I can at least be in the light.
Alright, unfortunately, this is where I will need to stop you,
Okay.
because this is as far as I'm ready for you to get
Tornado
tonight.
sirens are going off again.
Oh, that's good timing.
Yeah,
Because unfortunately, I haven't put the creatures in here yet, because I didn't expect you to
Oh.
get this far tonight. Or even take this
Oh, okay.
path. Because what I've not done is expect where you go, and I'm not purposely railroading you anywhere. It's just, this is a really good opportunity, and I made it a sweet opportunity for both runs of this game so far. And both people have been like, that's a lot of money, and took it.
I understand. You did not suspect that I would immediately go for the sketchier path.
No, well,
Well, it also helps that like
there's somebody in
3 of
trouble.
us are. it helps that 3 of us are good at fixing stuff. So it's one of those like, oh, we might actually be able to do this good one.
What I am going to do for you, though, because I totally forgot to do this at the start of the session, is everyone's going to start next session at level 2. So
Alright.
what leveling does for you, I paused it for movement, but you can still mess with your sheet. Let me read verbatim what that does for you. Character advancement. Your maximum HP increases by 1. You can choose one skill that is not already at a rank 6 to go up by 1. So 1 skill up by 1 point to a max of 6. And you can gain a single perk with which you meet requirements. So I don't expect you to do it now. I'm going to be really, really, really out of my normal zones for the rest of the week. But if you come up with something you want, and you're like, I want to add this perk to my sheet, message me in the group, and I will pull up the table as soon as possible, and I'll message you back, and I will just leave the table up if I can. Like, if I'm doing Star Citizen or something, I'll probably have to shut it down to make sure I don't get any weird random connection issues. But if I'm at work, and I have my computer on, I can leave the table up for you to make edits. It's no big deal. I trust you guys. We're playing this for fun, not for no win and no rewards.
I just need gun nut dragged onto my sheet, and I'll be done leveling.
Who's me? Buck?
Michael.
Michael. See, I'm terrible at this.
And we get 1 skill up. Is that what you said?
Yep, one skill
skill
gets plus
up.
1 to a max of 6. If we're already at 6, you don't get any more.
When you change your level, it'll automatically increase your max health for you. You just pick a skill. You pick a skill, add a rank, and then you get 1 perk.
It used to not do
Michael.
that. What did Michael want?
Michael needs gun nut.
Gun nut. Ah, you're going the weaponsmith pack.
I already have armor. Now I have gun nut, and I'm going to be picking up blacksmith as well.
All right, we'll go over that when you get to it. But this containers within containers don't work quite right in Foundry, but we always can make ways around that. Basically, you'll just directly adjust your stats.
I'll need, let's see, science if you can.
Science. And this is on Bucky.
Yep.
Science. Let's see what that is. Science. Description. Energy weapon mods. Interesting.
And a bunch of other random mods use it.
And armor.
optics.
Advanced armor mods. Nice. Alright. Anybody else off the top of the heads? Like I said, you don't have to do it now. I'm going to stop the stream.